Well, time to make a video. So everyone's currently doing their little pre-AA preambles, and I have to say, I haven't actually watched these ones yet. But I'm already being swept along by a little bit of a hype train, and it's time to film my own, because why not? Because I just looked at my calendar, and it kind of maybe needed to change my trousers, because I realised only like 2 weeks away, and I've got a lot to do. I'm not ready. Help. So, yes, Auto Assembly 2015. It's going to be the last one. That's kind of sad, but maybe this TF Nation thing that's coming along might be kind of good, and everyone will just go to that instead, or we'll just go to Rollout Roll Call and bother Mr. Tree for some good deals. I don't know. Either way, yes, it's sad that Auto Assembly is going to be finished. It's going to be the last one. But at the same time, it's like, okay, we shouldn't really lament too much, because there's still going to be stuff to do that is exactly the same thing. It's just not going to be called Auto Assembly, and it won't be run by the same people. And yes, that's sad if you've been going to every single one ever and you've come to know those people who run it, and they are obviously great people, but I've only been to one. So, you know, Auto Assembly, it's only ever been like a legendary thing in the back of my mind until I actually went to it last year. And now, of course, I do see, you know, the real value of what the whole experience of that weekend is. And yes, it's sad to see it go, but let's face it, we'll still have that kind of thing to do next year. But what a blinder of a one this year's going to be, eh? Got a few things to tell you about, actually. Number one, I guess, reading these off in no particular order. Crosshair001, Joe, has asked me to be a co-host on his YouTube panel that he's somehow miraculously set up for a little room at AA, where we're going to sit around and talk about UbiTubi stuff and what you might like to be learning about if you want to be doing YouTube, or maybe you want to be doing it better, or maybe you want to do something different with yours. I don't know. I don't quite know what the itinerary is going to be like for that, but he came to me because, well, he does all this really cool stop motion stuff, and I do all the vloggy review stuff, which is like, you know, two sides of the coin of what Transformers YouTube stuff is. So I'm on board, and so is Vigadeth, and so is Ben's Collectibles, and that's just going to be a really cool little table of fun just for us four guys, I think, to be honest. And then there'll be the audience there who will just sort of claw at and lap up whatever, you know, spittle comes off of our table as we yammer at each other. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think that's going to be a good laugh, and if it isn't, then I don't know, maybe just get some drinks beforehand and make sure I turn up quite plastered, and then it will be quite enjoyable. Maybe not so much for the audience. Anyway, we'll see. I'm looking forward to that. It's a bit of a daunting thing to think I'm going to be sat in front of a group of people. I mean, it's not that many, it's only about 40, so I'm expecting about as much as like a classroom's worth of people there to be sat talking in front of, and I don't know whether I'll really be able to take that or not. I mean, you know, of course, in my head I can think right now I'm essentially talking to like 300 odd people, however many subscribers I've got. I don't really know. But in reality, I'm talking to myself, so it's a bit of a different thing. I've got to say, I'm not really one to really shy away from public speaking anymore. I used to be, but it'll be alright, yeah. I have Dorian there to just sort of shout Glaswegian things at me, and I'll be just like, I'm just energised into some form of, hopefully, coherency. So there's that, and hopefully you'll come along if you're a YouTubey person, and, you know, hopefully you are if you're watching this. So that could be fun, and I think Joe's had a very, very good idea and a nice stroke of luck setting that up. So please do attend. Otherwise, it will just be us four talking to, you know, a handful of people, and one of them might be Thew sat at the back going, who knows? Let's find out. Second thing. The TFYTC t-shirts have now been sort of done, John has gotten all of the stuff all together and finished the order and made up some sort of prelim prototypes of the shirts, and they look mighty fine, and I'm very glad I had this idea, because I think a lot of people are going to take away something very nice as a souvenir from these, and I'll just be like, yeah, look at this. There's 20 odd people kitted out in something that I thought of, and it's like, I'm giving them a good time. Yeah, that's what it's about. So them shirts gonna be sick, yo. Proper dench, proper Judy stuff right there. And if you wonder what they're going to be like, or who the hell people from the TFYTC are, all you're going to have to do is look around Auto Assembly and look for someone with a black t-shirt that says TFYTC on the back. It's like our team shirt, like we're at the World Cup or something. I've got to say I'm pretty proud of that, so yeah, I'll stop talking about that now. And the third thing, there was a third thing. I'm doing some kind of cosplay. In the background there you can see a hideous, awful, horrible yellow shirt, which I actually really hate, that I'm going to be wearing as part of a humanised hotshot look. Basically just putting a yellow shirt over a red shirt with some red trousers and something on my head to sort of evoke the look of a visor, you know, short of actually buying a proper rally crash helmet, which are really expensive. And that's the look I'll be going for. Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to choose between the small range of attire I've got to adorn my forehead, and it will hopefully be a look that you can go, oh, I see what he's done there, and not just be like, what the hell is this meant to be? Got a patch to iron on my shoulder, so hopefully, you know, it won't be entirely vague, and hopefully somehow I'll be able to find a way to approximate the kind of harness detail on the chest, but who knows. It's basically if you see a very tall bloke sat around in a really horrible red and yellow get-up, it'll be me. And please understand, I'm trying to look like my favourite character. I'm not dressing that way because I like to wear those colours. But maybe it'll grow on me, who knows. Second to that is another slightly more cryptic. I've been trying to keep it a piece of cosplay, which I'm doing as a sort of dynamic duo with John, and basically I'm going to be dressing up as Voss from the DJD, donning a mask which I've yet to make, which is kind of scary because I've only got 2 weeks to make an even better one than I had before in that little video that I actually threw away. And I'm going to be looking rather swish. It's a kind of a humanised look, kind of half and half, just a cool thing, and I've made some couple of little nice touches that hopefully will just seal the deal on it being, oh, I like that, there's a clever cosplay right there. See what you did there. But again, I have a patch to iron on a tie, and I'm going to hopefully look rather suave, and hopefully me and John will be able to go around kind of, well, I'll be silent because I don't know how to speak the things that Voss says in the comics. Those are squiggles, those aren't words. I don't know how to say those things. So I'll just keep silent, and John will hopefully be doing some kind of Tim Curry voice, and then you'll know that that's me and him, because we'll be two rather tall lads bedecked quite smartly with some Decepticon-esque faces on us. So there you go, look out for that as well. I thought I'd better actually mention that, because if I don't, and we just wander around like on the Saturday, no one will know who we are, and that'll be pretty weird. And while that level of anonymity could be kind of cool, and I could feel I might be able to get away with some stuff I might not be able to, thinking, oh, people are going to know it's me. No, that's just kind of weird, you know, you don't want that, do you? So I'm walking up to you, oh, who are you? And you're like, do they mean what character am I, or who am I underneath? Who am I? Now's not the time for an existential crisis. I'm at a convention, I'm trying to have fun. So there we go. Hopefully that'll be pretty peng, and hopefully also I'll stop using these words which are kind of street and kind of a generation below me that I don't really know how to use. So that's about it for my sort of AA prep talk, my briefing as it were, yes. Yeah, I got a couple of cosplays that I've got to kind of finish up and actually make look any good. Hopefully at least one of them will look kind of good, otherwise it'll be a bit of a waste of time and money. Yes, and also the lovely TFYTC shirts, they're going to be, I'm really happy with those, I've got to say. That's going to be good. And then the YouTube panel, which should be tons of fun, and I will bring a hip flask too. And then so all that's left to say is just kind of see you there, and it's going to be insane, because it's like, more people I speak to about this, it's like see that they're going as well. It's like, everyone's going to be there. Like how these people exist in the real world. All of these people can exist in the real world at the same time, and they're going to be some kind of, I don't know, spatial collapse, some kind of interdimensional fracture. Everything goes boom, and these people can't exist. Surely they only live on Twitter. What's going on? So yeah, AA is going to be mental, and every time I stop and think, it's just like, oh, he's going to be there, they're going to be there. What? How is there enough time to deal with interacting with so many awesome people, and buying more robots than I have money for, and wandering around in a costume of some sort? I don't really know what you do with a cosplay. What do? You just wander around, hope people like it and take pictures of you? I don't understand. Really? I'm just going to be sitting in the bar, dressed kind of strangely, hoping that someone comes on and goes, oh, I like that, I get what you did. But it's worth the effort. At least I know Nick Curley's going to be setting up a little photo booth there, so I might be able to get some choice shots of myself to use for, I don't know, my next Twitter avatar. So for the next 2 weeks, it's all go to prepare for auto-assembly. And it's kind of crazy. I can't wait, but at the same time, I'd like more time, please, to make sure I'm ready, and to maybe make a list of the bots I want to get, or I don't know. I've still got to wrap my head around it all. It's approaching very quickly, and it's kind of like Christmas, where it's like suddenly you're there. It's Christmas Day, and I didn't have any time to get festive. I really hope that's not what AA is going to be like this year, because I'm going to be sitting there thinking, I'm at AA, when I should be sitting there thinking, ha 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 ha, robots are... It's very important to be mindful, but it's also important to be mindful of being mindful. I think I may have out-zenned myself, sorry. So I'll see you at AA, it's going to be... Yeah, how many times can I say it's going to be mental before I actually listen to myself? Yeah, I'll see you there, and before then, hopefully I'll have another little video for you. Maybe it's something quite large, involving 5 different things and turn into one big thing. Or maybe it'll be something small that's actually missing half of what it is, and who knows. Got a couple of reviews in the pipeline. I'll catch you on the flip side.